Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see you, Jacob Tanjay, Michael Beach Alive. We missed y'all in Bahal, man, but we still had a great time. We hooked up with Jack Wolfanger and his wife, Jai. They took us around a few places. We had a good time, man. I love Bahal, by the way. Shout out to the old heads, Doubtful Genius, Jeffrey Tatter, Michael Alexander, Roger Walker, all of y'all, man. Thanks for y'all support over the years. Moments with Mitch, man. I apologize. I'm gonna put you on here uh Sunday. I forgot to send you the link. All the old heads. Any new viewers or subscribers join us today. Thank y'all so much and welcome to the live stream. And anybody catching us on replay, thank y'all. I really appreciate it. We always have a topic. Today's topic is only the strong survive in the Philippines. You know, it's called survival. Only the strong will survive. We're going to talk about the expat life, shelf life here in the Philippines and why we're not able to last. Huh? Already? Okay. That's my boiled eggs. Why we're not able to stay here as long as we plan. But, you know, we always talk about a few other things first. Peso is 55.81. And some guy, boy, he got on my case. He said, you need to communicate with your viewers in dollars. And I said, well, everybody that views us doesn't spend in dollars. I said, plus, they don't accept dollars in the Philippines for goods and services. And the faster you make that switch, everybody, the better. Otherwise, you're going to be up in your head with that exchange calculator, which translates into overspending. So the sooner you can make that switch, the better. I made the switch. I just woke up one day and started talking in terms of pesos. But I mean, you can easily Google it. If I say 100 pesos, just put 100 pesos exchange to dollars. I mean, it's no big deal, man. We got Google now. You guys are super lazy. But I don't apologize for that. I'm glad that I finally made that switch. Because otherwise, man, you're going to keep on spending a lot of money. What's up, Andrew CJ? See, he's from Australia, I'm thinking. What's up, Robert? Damien said, my friend from Chicago told me that if you leave Belgian sausage sitting out on the table for too long, it will go bad. Well, somebody said the same thing about pork. They said if you sit it out, you start seeing the worms and all that. I never tried it because, hell, I'm too busy eating the damn stuff. What's up, Cisco? Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Like and subscribe. I know everybody's got their live streams on today where we're going to be competing with a lot of other vloggers, but that's okay. The more vloggers, really, guys, the better. As long as it keeps y'all interested, because I can't be on here all the time. Hey, AB, thanks for that super sticker. My buddy down there in North Carolina. Kamal, what's up? But you know, the video I made yesterday about, you know, guys moving to the Philippines and moving right in with their girlfriend's family. This is a true story. I mean, I hope King B. Stacker's on here today because he'll vouch for that. He did that. Now, they moved around a little bit and got hotels and stuff, but for the most part, he's staying with his girlfriend's family. But I know another guy, you know, I actually know two more, well, actually three more. I think James is staying with his Filipino and her family. And I just wanted to kind of talk about it and give my experiences. Guys, that's hard to do. Okay, I've been coming over here off and on for 3 years, and it was a tough adjustment for me. That's why I came up with the I don't know why this is doing this today. I don't get it. It's not staying on. Hey, what's up, Hollywood, baby? There's Ryan Lawson. Mike Dawsonville. He said, what's going on, brother Cal? Long time no hear from. That was a video, bruh. It's crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I was on here Sunday, and then we were traveling. The Wi-Fi at that place was horrible. I never got it to work because what they had was that pay per view, basically what I call it over here. You buy the little modem and it travels around with you, the pocket Wi-Fi. It never worked, guys. And so we just now got home last night because we were going to stay all night again. I said, no, I might as well trudge on home. We took that long bus ride so I could do the live stream today. And then we'll do the members only live stream in the morning because I haven't done one in 2 weeks for them. But I've got a good one for y'all. He said, Cal, you moved on up like George Jefferson. Well, actually, I made a comeback. I always lived fairly good over here, King Arthur. It's just when my son was born, premature, and took all the money. See, at that time, remember, I didn't have residual income. Okay. I did not have it. I was going back and forth. Actually, I had like $7,000 and I planned on staying about a couple of months, 2 or 3 months until that ended and went back. But because I'm thinking his birth was going to be about the same as they always are, somewhere around 16 or 17,000. But no, it was a big deal. And I stayed there, man. And I thank them for that though, man, because they helped me when my friends and family back home wouldn't help me. And I'm talking about a time when I was booming over there with my business and everything. Jabran said, I made a mistake of moving into a woman's place once, never again. Over here? Over here, you mean? Because I was talking about over here. Yeah, it's a big, he said, what's wrong with that, Jabran? There's a lot could go wrong, man. First of all, it's, immediate culture shock, man. It's going to mess up your relationship. I think, because like I said, me and her, we had been together for about 18 months or something like that, 19 months before I had to do that. So we already knew each other, okay? But no privacy. I think you need time to get to know each other before you do that. All eyes on you. It's going to be, you're going to be the guest of honor every damn night. Hey, TJ said, yeah, this one caught me like a few moments before closing my eyes and calling it a night. Hey, get your rest, bro. But yeah, I've made too many mistakes like that in America, but because I wasn't on the lease. And you know what they do over there. You go to bed and you wake up with that threat of being evicted. But now they've got something that's helping deadbeats over there where, if you stay with a woman for so much time, she can't just put you out. Because I tried to have my daughter's boyfriend put out, but hell, she had to come down and go through the same process as if she was renting to this guy. I was shocked. But yeah, over here, man, you're talking strict culture shock right off the top. Because them big rats used to run across the ledge. The first time you see it, man, it's going to freak you out. You'll get used to it, but hell, the first couple of times you hear them feet, and you see them. And they're big as cats, man, over here. I mean, down there, because, we're right down by the river. But you adjust to it. You adjust to it like anything else. But you're going to have to get used to the food. You're going to be spending a lot of money on food if you're trying to eat special foods that you want to eat every night. Because most of the time, they're going to eat fish, those little small fish. which isn't bad. But I mean, after a while, I just wouldn't do it. You're giving up your leverage. I mean, if they screwing in the other room, you're going to be able to hear that. All that, bumping up and down it. You're going to hear that. Gerald Hickman says, hey, friend, have you ever heard of Christian Filipina? And it's a legitimate site. I joined a week ago, and then I got cold feet, and they've been blowing up my phone. Well, it's a legitimate site, but hell, they're all the same. That is one of the more expensive ones from what I've seen. But the same women are on the same sites, guys. Look, I don't understand why y'all can't understand that. They use that Christian. They're all Christians over here. Okay, it's no different between the women on that site and the women on Filipino, Cupid, or any of the rest. They'll tell you that, but they get a lot of people that way. But don't let them blow you up. You're talking about the websites blowing you up, trying to get you to come back, or the women, because when they doing it, those are scammers. Those are fishers, I call them. Not fishermen, but fishers of men. They're trying to catch you. It's not going to blow up for real like that. They're not going to reach out to you. You have to reach out to them and hope they'll reach back. And those are the ones you want to deal with. But yeah, don't get caught up in that. Everybody says that, man, the minute I signed up, I had 200 hits. Yeah. And they were all robots and scammers. He said, when you move into a woman's place, they automatically assume they're in control of you because they can toss you out at will. Yeah, but over here, they're going to welcome you. It's not so much of you looking over your shoulder like that. Guys are doing it, trying to save money. Of course, they can stay over here longer, but those bucket showers, those cold showers, and all of that, it's not something you want to come over here. One of the guys one of my subscribers, he's over here now for the first time. He's leaving in the morning, as a matter of fact. It'll be his 2 weeks. And he said something that's kind of profound, and I can't say it to other guys. He said, yeah, Kat, it's my first time in the Philippines. I don't mind spending a little bit on my hotel. I want to have like a nice experience to create some type of memories. Now, you're going to create the wrong type of memories doing that. I'm not saying we're better than Filipinos. I'm not putting their lifestyle down or their culture. I'm just saying you're coming from the West and you're trying to move right in there, right off the plane. I mean, these guys, I know what it is. They're in love with the woman, and whatever the woman tells them to do, they're going to do. But let's get into you're going to give up a whole lot, by the way, when you do that. I'm just warning you. King Arthur said, yeah, Cal, if you're getting mail at the place you're staying, it's hard to put someone out. Yeah, that's what happened. It was tough. TJ said, y'all laughed my ass off. Y'all will not listen about those random online sites. How soon until you come to the Philippines if you're not here? Yeah. He said, I mean, why would you want to move in? Because guys are cheap. And, whatever the woman says, they're going to do it. But you don't want to come over here and your first experience is sleeping on one of them little foam mattresses. Okay. And waking up to them big ass geckos, not the small ones, but the big ones that be in the squatters area and the province, because there's always that big space between the roof goes like this and then the dwelling, so they can get in there at any time. You may have to sleep under mosquito net and all that, guys. Just be careful. TJ Johnson said, I was about to say the same thing, Cal. It's a lot harder to find a non-Christian Filipino unless you're down south. Yeah, but they're all Christians. That's what they say, Cedric. But they call it that because a lot of people come over here, they're self-professed Christians. the men over here, knowing good and well they want to tap something the minute they get off the plane. But this is one of they say the prayer before they, before and after, forgive me, Jesus, I'm very ready to slap these cheeks. And then after it's over with, forgive me, Jesus, you know that it's been a long time since I had a woman. I had to slap some cheeks. So, it's those type of Christians that come over here. You're not really looking for a Christian Filipino, because if you are, you're in for the games people play over here. I did a video a long time ago about dealing with those religious types that want to wait till they get married stuff. Guys, don't do that. I'm sorry. But anyway, Vagabond Angel says, I believe the way your family presents you, the girls will present you that way too. I don't understand what you're saying. He said, I prefer the bucket shower as a pour instead of calling it a shower. Yeah, it's a bucket shower. But it's called survival. And only the strong survive over here. The expat shelf life is getting shorter and shorter. For every expat that you see living his best life over here and succeeding, there's 1,000 scrambling for the exits. They want that easier, softer way, so they flee to Thailand or Malaysia and those places like that. They can't handle it over here, and it's not like you're living in the 18th century or anything. They just can't do it. They want something more familiar with where they come from. It's not easy, man. I'm going to talk about some stuff, and, because I'll give you the 360. I'm one that I stayed here long enough to see the Philippines for what it is and what it isn't. But most men, they don't give it enough time. They talk about the excessive heat. It gets hot over here. That's for sure. And when it beats down on you, because you'll hear Filipinos complaining about the heat over here. So it's hot. When they grew up in it and they're in it every day, and so you come over here, people can't deal with that. They say it's too hot. I love the hot weather, but that's just one thing. Now, David Riley says you definitely need to have an open mind and be very flexible to adapt living in a completely different country to what you're used to. Absolutely, and that's what we're talking about today. See, the culture shock from coming from the West, I'm talking about Western expats, because Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and all that, they don't really have a hard time. Because, first of all, they'll create support systems over here in the Philippines because they have a different relationship with Filipinos than we do. They're closer. So you can come over here and eat Korean food all day long. You can go, especially in places like Lapu-Lapu, Panglao Hall, Angeles City. You won't skip a beat. It's almost like being at home. I'm talking about from the West. The culture shock will shake you to the core. The first time you have to flush last night's dinner down the toilet with that bucket, yeah, that's it for you. That's a wrap for a lot of men. You better do that before you eat, not after. He says, Jerome Hickman said, I think that I would just wait until I get there. I still want to live there, but I'm focusing on establishing a stable place to live before love. Well, there's nothing wrong with those dating sites if you know what you're doing. But most of us don't know what we're doing. We don't want to take any counsel. Those dating sites are a maze. It's like putting a puzzle together. There's certain things you got to do and certain things you got to look out for, but we won't do it. We're looking for looks only. And they know that, and this is what gets you in trouble. Otto Ordinary says, my shelf life was 6 months for the time. The constant cold, sinus infections, and other culture differences at me needing to do a refresh at home. Yeah, you make a great point, especially the cold symptoms. And we was talking about this on a live stream before, where I said only time I get sick over here is I get cold symptoms, touching a doorknob, just riding on buses and ferries and stuff that I do. But it's a lot of stuff. That heat is just at the top of the list. That's the first thing they say. I can't stand extreme heat. Then they'll say, oh, I can't stand the poverty, which in some places, you don't be here for 2 weeks. But some places you can go where you're really not going to see the poverty, but it's here. But this is just the excuses we use, okay, to skedaddle. We're out of here, man. We can't handle it. Women problems, let's talk about women problems, because I'm going to be honest with you. It's tough dealing with women over here. Okay, they reel you in. Okay, they make it seem easy and like they're easy to get along with, but they're really not, man. When you see guys who deal with women for an extremely long period of time, man, they're basically pushovers, man. These women are difficult to deal with because they're coming from a whole different culture. Okay, they're going to put expectations on you that's so high they can't even live up to them themselves, and they certainly don't expect the Filipino man to live up to them. But you got to be perfect, man. And after a while, see, people like me, it gets to me, because I'm not afraid to push back. I'm not afraid to say something like, hey, you can't even live up to these standards you expecting from me. And it's tough, man. Be careful what you wish for. And some, like I said, for every guy you see over here in a decent relationship with a good woman, there's 1,000 picking up the pieces of a broken heart. It's tough. It's tough. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I did. At some point, they get smarter than you. You can't tell them anything. I mean, once they make up something in their mind, you can't move it. It's like a damn tree. You heard that religious, the gospel song, like a tree planted by the water. I should not be moved. That's how they are. Stubborn to the core. And then the tempo, that just fifth grade immature behavior that drives Western men crazy. That drives Western men crazy. It's going to drive you crazy. So, yeah. And I think after a while, some guys like, man, I can't take it. I can't handle it. So they'll try another one. And the same ain't another one, You got to be tough, man. You got to be able to put your foot down, Yardie says, I wouldn't be able to stay with her family unless it was absolutely necessary, like in an emergency where I had no money whatsoever. See, that's what happened to me. Okay, I was getting a very little money in during that 6 months. And what happened was, the reason I went to the embassy was because I had my magic jacket at that time. And I got a call from WellCare. I got a job offer. And it was, I couldn't pass it up. But I couldn't even get home. So I told the lady, I said, I'm on vacation. So then that's when I contacted the embassy. I said, I got to get home. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, which it was. Yeah. Clapping cheeks. Deacon Clap Cheeks. Y'all remember him? Yeah, I got to slap them cheeks, Jesus. You please forgive me of my sins. And you go in there, clap the cheeks, then you got to pray and ask for forgiveness and all that, man. Y'all know how it is, man. Don't be acting like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I get so much pushback from these guys, because I be stepping on their toes, these Christians. Like he said, yeah, the Bible in one hand and the dick in the other. Y'all crazy, man. But so I'm gonna get on Christian Filipino. What, she's going to have a Bible in one hand too, and your dick in the other? That's more like it. But yeah, guys, if you don't know by now, all those dating sites are the same. She will be putting herself at a grave disadvantage if she only stick to one dating site. Look at all the potential mates that she's gonna miss. Okay, so if they get on all of them, they're free to them. I don't know if Kristen Filipina's free though. Thomas Marshall said, "What's up, crew? It was tough on your relationship in the beginning due to cultural differences." Yeah, that's why the first one doesn't work. But y'all won't listen to me. Y'all put all these commitments and all that into the first woman. It's not gonna work. The minute that tampon hits your butt, you're gonna be ready to flee out of there. Or something, it's a lot of miscommunication. You're misinterpreting what she's saying. She's misinterpreting what you're saying. The the tone of your voice, anything, guys, and it just, I don't know. I'm just telling you that women problems, okay? You're gonna have women problems. My daughter said one thing that I like to say, fellas, don't be afraid to push back. That's the secret of my beautiful relationship. Yeah, you better be able to. He says, better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission. He said, have you experienced tampon? I did. I did. And it almost broke us up because I said, don't ever do that. They sit there and they won't speak to you the whole damn day. And, it's all this stupid shit, man. It's just act like somebody that's in the fifth grade. And, you know, by the time something like that happens, you're fully invested. Okay, and see, they try to down, another thing about dealing with women over here, you're going to see it. There's what seems like no appreciation because they don't want you to ever bring up what you've done. It's like, I'll forget about it. It's no big deal. No, it is a big deal. It's no big deal because it's not your money that went into it. It was mine. So that's why it was no big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal when you talk about the things you do, like, so then you're going to start acting like that. That's enough to make me walk right there. And then the inconsideration, a lot of times they're just not considerate, man. They do not understand, nor do they care about your feelings because we've got it so easy where we come from. Okay. And everybody's got problems, but when you talk about your problems, it's no big deal. AC King said, my wife was in Tampa over 20 years. I think I can handle it over there. I got lots of practice. Yeah. But I can't deal with the ignorance. See, I'm different like that, man. It's probably why I've been with more women than I have. I can't, my tolerance with that stuff is so, it's so little. I've got little tolerance for that. Here I am on my blood, sweat, and tears going to something. Then all of a sudden you want to get mad over something simple. It's simple stuff. They'll make a mountain out of a molehill. And this is what would drive you crazy. You'd be like, you're mad about that? I can see if I've really done something. But yeah. And then they'll talk about the slow and methodical pace of the Philippines that people cannot handle. I went to the bank in Panglao, Bahal, just to get out 15,000 pesos, to make sure that it was Sophia's birthday. So I wanted to buy her a cake and then pay for, over here, a big deal is, you take Jollibee to all the students. It's only something like, so it's 22 people in there. It's 100 pesos each. So like 2,200, and just make sure we have everything. Well, there's four tellers, only one serving the customers. The other three look like they were on TikTok. They wasn't doing anything, you know. And then when you finally get up there, and remember, I only had what 15,000. So they put it. You can hear them putting it in the machine. You know, running it through that machine before they call you up there. Okay, then they'll do it on the way. Mr. Rhodes, I'm on my way up. You hear it running again. Then you get up there, they count it by hand. And I'm like, wow. I mean, go to the grocery store the same way. I understand. Remember, we're talking about why we run away from here. You're not going to change the Philippines, but it's just slow and methodical, the lines that you have to stand in. It's just the culture over here. And we're so soft, really, we're spoiled when we come out of the West. We can't handle it, man. It's too tough on us. We're entitled. If things don't go our way, we get upset. What's up, Mike? He'll tell you about it. I'm pretty sure he probably dealt with that town folk. But see, and if they don't get their way, you know, they're gonna throw a fit eventually. If you with a Filipino, she's gonna throw a fit. That's a guarantee. Okay, I'm just warning you. Yeah, he said Philippines are worth it, but the Westerners not. Yeah, well, you know, in the beginning, but after a while, that stuff will wear on you, man. You know, you have to really go through it to understand what I'm saying. Not just one time. I mean, the shelf life over here is short because of all this stuff. We can't endure it. We can't endure any type of discomfort or anything like that for a long time. We won't do it. We'll scurry back to familiar surroundings or to Thailand or Malaysia. That's where these guys are going. They can't handle it over here. What else I got over here? The loneliness. The loneliness. Because we don't trust each other, and then we don't want to be around other expats. We'll say, well, that's why I came over here to get away from y'all. And then you'll hear these other bloggers talking about what's going on in Doom and Getty and other places. Stay away from these people. No. Their loneliness is a killer, man. I saw one video, though, and this guy's telling the truth. Excuse me, it was, he was lonely in a crowded room. All alone in a crowded room. And boy, do I know that story. And boy, do I know that story. Because they can speak English, but they're not going to speak English. And I got that on here. Language. Because we come over here and we say, yeah, well, Filipinos, they can speak English, which they can. But they're at home, man. They're not going to speak English. Unless that's their job to do it. Unless she's speaking to you. But if it's a whole room full of Filipinos, why would you expect them to speak English? It's almost like if you're at home and you expect everybody in the room to speak Spanish. They're not going to do it. They're going to speak English. Same over here. He says, hey, Apple. He said the language barrier and inability to effectively communicate. Yeah, see, you're taking the words right out of my mouth. You're not going to be able to effectively communicate with a woman. You almost got to use sign language a lot of times. Yeah, you got to use sign language. You definitely have to make sure you're looking at people when you talk to them. They call that eating your words if you don't, because you'll drift off and they won't be able to understand what you're saying. But these are just some of the things, man. It's a lot. Health, eventually your health, sitting around, not doing nothing, you're inactive for a lot of reasons. You say it's too hot. Well, that's the reason why I've been able to get in such great shape. That sun is always shining, man. You can always get out and walk and do certain things, but we won't do it. So it's that inactivity. And part of that comes from loneliness and then homesickness all together and you start gaining weight. Hey, what time is it, Travis? Thanks for that super chat. He said they sure will take care of you if you're sick. Yeah, but hell, who wants to get sick over here? She says most Filipinos speak English unless she don't like to talk to you. Yeah, we didn't say that. We're saying that you can't effectively communicate with us. You're going to misinterpret a lot. My girlfriend, we've been together 5 years. She misinterprets a whole lot of stuff I say. If she'll think, if I talk loud anyway, and she'll think I'm screaming at her and her feelings is hurt. That's what we're talking about. We're saying that if I was to go to a birthday party, which I've been to hundreds, Garden Girl, since I've been over here in the Philippines, no one's speaking English in there. Okay? They're speaking Tagalog or Bisaya or Chavacon, whatever it is. And I'm not knocking them from that. I'm saying this is the reason why foreigners, the shelf life over here in the Philippines is so short. We can't handle it over here. We run away. We run back to our countries. And then a lot of us, why you think, especially Americans, we've got the #1 K1 visa? Because we can't live over here for real. So what's the easy thing? You fell in love for a woman, in lust with a woman. I just bring her home to my country then. Because I can't live over here. It's too hard. It's too difficult for me to get adjusted. Mike Dawsonville, thanks for that super chat. He said, that's the most important live, brother. No, that is the real Apple. She's got a new channel. He said, you can't get a Filipino to shut up in America because they're like the expats over here. A lot of times when you run into an expat over here, he's going to talk your head off because he hasn't been around somebody who speaks his language in months. Everywhere I go, I run into somebody and I just let them talk because I know what they're going through. I did the same thing. But that's the same way they do in the Philippines. Hey, thanks, Kevin. He said it's probably, I won't say his name, but anyway. He said most of communication is body language and micro expressions. Yeah, hit the like button, guys, and subscribe. He said, when my sour tries that temple shit, I know it's time to go get my pipe clean with some good head. Or, this is time to go hang with the fellas. I'll take you a short vacation because I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm too heavily invested for you to do that, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what they do. They run to Thailand and Malaysia and Bali, Indonesia. Yeah, but see, I'm saying I'm not loud and boisterous like that. I'm just saying that I may say, just go ahead and do it. She'll be like, well, you want me to get the, is it okay for me to buy the shampoo? And I'll be like, yeah, just go ahead and do it. Oh, what are you screaming for? You're always screaming, and all of that. Hey, from McDermott, Oregon. He said, if you have money, you can live anywhere. Now, not here. It don't work that way, Frank. You need a whole lot more than money. I've seen guys leave this place with plenty of money. And then another reason is the finances. A lot of guys, they think it's cheaper over here than what it really is, or the lifestyle that they want to live actually costs them more than what they thought. This is where this whole $1,000 budget argument centers around. Living expenses, of course you can do it here. I couldn't do it with my living expenses in America, but just your living expenses here in the Philippines, everybody knows you can do that. I'll argue with anybody for that. That's easy to do. It's your lifestyle that you have to pour into that. That's what's going to blow up your budget. How many times you going to the resort or to the beach or whatever it is? How many times you eating out? But your living expenses are way below 1,000. He said, take your bill. Yeah, but that's not, you're still going to have the same problems in Thailand, just not as much because it's softer over there as far as the infrastructure and the surroundings. But it doesn't mean anything. You're still going to have to do the same things over there. You still get homesick in Thailand. Westerners, especially Americans, man, y'all don't want to admit it. We're some of the softest, spoiled people in all the world. There's no other place on this planet where it's easier to earn a living and raise a family than America. They did that on purpose. They lowered the bar. The bar is so low in America, hell, baby can trip over the damn thing. Yeah, every place has trade-offs. It does. But we're talking about the chef life in the Philippines. He's trying to take it to Thailand. I don't want to talk about Thailand. I've only been to Thailand 5. We're not talking about Thailand. We know why you can deal with Thailand. For the 5 days I went there, I know why you can. Hell, it's just like being in America. To me, I don't know about anybody else. I didn't go out in the province and all that. Yeah, that's time for you to take a little short vacation or whatever, but it's going to tick you off because you know how we men are. We'll keep score. It's not like we're petty, but we're keeping score. I know what I done for you. Now you gonna act all stupid like that, but what you gonna do? Happy Traveler says they want you to be perfect. What does that mean? What, perfect? You can't make mistakes. You're not supposed to have any problems. Okay? You're supposed to accept everything that comes with them, the family, the children, the whole 9 yards. I'm just saying, you're supposed to be perfect. You're never supposed to raise your voice. You're not supposed to get angry. You're not supposed to get frustrated. You're not supposed to complain. You're supposed to be perfect. I don't know where they get that from, but they got that bad over here. They got a bad case of that perfection for us that they can't even live up to. Certainly don't expect the local men to live up to, but you better live up to it. And any problems you got, there's no big deal. They don't care. Kevin says it'd be hard for me to get used to hot weather. I love hot weather. That's one of the reasons why I've never left. I love the hot weather. The hotter the better, really. With all the greenery over here and natural beauty, it just goes together, man, to make just a perfect storm for me. Garden Girl says, I think that's why most Western men, they get married Filipinos, they bring it to their country. Absolutely. You're exactly right. Because they can't deal with living over here. It takes a certain type of individual just to fly over here. People, every day I get that, are you worried about, the foreigners overrunning the Philippines? And then he said, now here comes the military back over here. It's going to be slim pickings for us. I said, no, it's not. I said, because they're not coming. Okay? They're not coming here, guys. It takes a certain type of individual to make all the sacrifices that you have to make to get over here. The money that, have you ever flown on a plane for 15 hours straight? I mean, you're just right there. I mean, if you don't suffer from claustrophobia, you will by the time that damn flight is over with. Hey, what's up, Eric Terry? It's Cal. See you in 7 weeks. Come on, man. And we went to Thailand together. And he'll bear witness, man, that it's nice over there. It's like being at home. We were on the Um, the the train, the like a subway, but it's not underneath the BTS. Yeah, it's like being in Washington D.C. or Chicago or any of those places. It was just as nice. That the malls we went to, the restaurants, everything, and that's what happened. They hightailed it out of here. Okay, uh, for every successful expat you see living over in the Philippines and settling down, you see 1,000 scrambling for the exits, man. They can't handle it. And we're just talking about um, some of the reasons that they do. And because, we're expecting to find here what we did at home. I don't know why, but our expectations for the Philippines are so high. We don't realize that we never even focus on the things that really make the Philippines great. We're always wanting this infrastructure stuff, the fancy skyline and all of that, and you know what I'm saying. Hey, uh, Dabbit, Dabbit Bay says, Cal, thanks for teaching class in section. Hey, thanks for that super chat, brother. I appreciate it. I'm just giving y'all my boots on the ground experience. This is just stuff I see. And then, okay, the dried fish, they're going to eat dried fish over here. Okay. It just smells like a damn Big Shirley farted in your face. And just a continuous funk until it's done. I mean, it's all in. If you're in there with it while they're cooking, it's going to get in your clothes. But you're not going to change the Philippines. You got to adjust. I scramble for the exit. And that's what guys do. But the dried fish, they're going to eat that dried fish. It's just, it's just one continuous fart. That's a fact. But what else I got down here? Yeah, the games people play over here. You'll get tired of that. Some people get tired of it. They can't deal with it. The taxis and all the foolishness they try to pull. Just cut the damn meat on, man, or let me out. But if you live in Cebu or Manila, it's just on a cycle, man. It's on a damn cycle. They just gonna get you, man. The vendors, if you come up there, if they hesitate, you're like, well, how much is this? And then they look at you and they're 200 pesos. No one is 50 or whatever. He said, my longest flight was on Philippine Airlines in 2001, 16 hours. Wow. But at least it was straight. Yeah, they eat bugs in Thailand. I mean, this guy had a brisk business going. Mr. Lee was driving me around patio at night. He was just showing me the sights, and that was one of the things he was showing me. Guys pushing that cart around, and then you can get all these type of different chili seasoning, Parmesan, chili, whatever it is. 53 Shades Dark said dried fish is good. I actually like it now. Oh, yeah, I certainly like it. You just got to get past the smell. It tastes like country ham to me, if you know what I'm saying. It's just salty. Shrimp paste is another thing that I like. Yeah, BBL sting. That's what it smells like, man. It's just funk. Well, now, if you go to these condominiums, Airbnb, that's the first thing that's on that do not list. Do not cook dried fish in the condominium. You can't do it. But, in America, they make all kind of concessions. They'll say, okay, you can cook dried fish, but you'll see the woman take it out on the deck in the back because it's funky. Okay, if you smell that for the first time, chitlins smells like a breath of fresh air compared to dried fish. Okay, now you can imagine, you know what chitlins smell like. That's the intestines. But that dried fish is funky. TJ Johnson says, anywhere else and you are compromising on enough that you will likely complain. Even in BGC, Alabama, you occasionally have a this isn't the West moment or two every day. Yeah, you are. But for some people, TJ, that's enough to leave. For me, it's not. But you're right. But now with me, it's like about once a year now, because I've been over here so long. I know the Philippines is what it is. It's me adjusting. It's not the country. It's been this way for thousands of years. It's me I've got to get together. And that's why we're having this conversation today, because it's going to happen. You're going to come over here and something's going to shake you to the core. You might see a little bit baby like we were seeing in Cebu, even though it's part of the Bajau, and you know it's all a gang of people. You're going to see this little bitty child, couldn't be no more than 2 years old, coming up to you, no shoes on, clothes is dirty, asking for money. It's going to shock you, man. But then somewhere around, you're going to see the parents or the big brother and sister. But you're going to see it's going to shock you, because I was telling Marilyn, a little boy came and sat in my face. I mean, he would not move. I don't care what Marilyn told him. So finally, Marilyn said something to him in Bisaya, and he left. But he just sat in my face and wasn't going to leave until I gave him something. But I didn't, because I know. But when I first came to the Philippines, this is no lie, I know I gave away in a 2-week period about $500. I was giving away 500 pesos like it was nothing, because in my mind, oh, it's only $10. Now that's 500 pesos over here. Hey, what's up, Rice's Life? He says, I don't think I'll be homesick for the USA. It's terrible here. What's the people? It's the surroundings. You know, it's your friends. It's the familiar that you're going to get homesick. You're going to want to bite into a big and whatever it is. You're going to want that. I mean, you can feel it in your damn bones. You want it so bad. That kind of homesickness. Hey, thanks, Happy Man 6920 for that super chat. He said, thank you. Thank you all for your last live stream. The dick police jokes had my stomach hurting for 2 days. I'm shocked I haven't seen them today. They haven't showed up today. What is it? Some type of holiday or something? Your mic says out of stock. You're going to hear that a lot. You know, go back in my library, okay? It's something I got. See, people think I just be on here talking. I had to prove it to Maryland that was true. It's called the 3 Filipino rule. You got to ask 3 Filipinos something before you're going to get the right answer or get pointed in the right direction. Go into a department store. It doesn't matter. Stop somebody on the street and say, hey, how do I get to such and such? It's going to take that third person, because the first one's going to be like, don't bother me. The second one's going to act like they really know and point you in the wrong direction. It takes 3. Well, where's the T? Where can I find a T television? Okay, anything like that. How do I get to the market? It takes 3. But out of stock is something that you're going to hear all the time. But if you living in a big city, you're not going to get that out of stock much, because there's so many places. I mean, when you're in Cebu and Manila, it's very little that there's so many places there. Kyle says Grab drivers will even try to add tolls to your ride that you never went through. Damn. Check your ride activity. Well, man, you got, I'm going to tell you something, bro. You are owning something here, because Merlin asked me the other day, and I keep saying I wasn't going to say her name on my live stream or channel anymore, because she gets upset about that, right? And that's something else I got on the list I'm going to talk about. But anyway, she said, well, how much did we pay on the Grab to get from the Ayala Mall to the condominium? And I told her. And she said, it was like 300. I was like only like 123 for the taxi because Grab puts that big fee on there. It's like some type of, it's almost like a service fee. Like if you go to these restaurants, it's almost like a service fee. He's right about this, guys. You got to look and see what they're charging you for. But we don't do that. That's a good one. John Foley says, ask three people. John Foley, sorry. He said, ask three people rule is right. He said, same for me in Brazil. It is. Over here it is. I'm telling you. I don't just be making stuff up. I'm like, wow, I need to tell people this because I just do it just for the hell of it because I know it's going to happen. You're not going to run. The first person you ask to go back, I don't bother me. They'll be like, oh, it's over there. But yeah, the games people play over here, man. And like I said, back to the women. You make sure, like, come on, let's go to the beach. Okay, and then she's going to show up with a whole damn family. All 5 of her sisters and 8 children. And you're supposed to pay for it. And you're not supposed to complain about it. They're not going to ask you. Something that will drive you crazy. That they won't ask you. They'll just go ahead and do stuff. There's stuff going on around me now. No one even asked me. They just did it. I mean, like, what can you do? You either have to deal with it. I hear for the exits, like hundreds of people, thousands making a run for the border. Okay. Pretty woman in classic car says, hey, Cal, what's good, brother? Saying hi from Las Vegas, Nevada. That's a lot of people from Vegas, man. 53 Shades Darker's in Vegas. Garden Girl says, when you get to the public market, let your Filipino deal with it. Absolutely. And that's something, but that's another game. Like I said, the games they play over here. They said Subway, Denny's. Yeah, that's all in Angeles City, though. We saw that in Angeles City and Texas Roadhouse. He said, try eating all the American food you want. And yeah, Salamo or San Carlos or out in Bukidnon. Yeah, you good luck. He said, yeah, Kaz, you're right. They will take you to the Skyway without asking. Then they will give you the receipt when you get to your destination. You're talking about the taxis. I'm saying that sometimes these Grab drivers, you got to know what you're paying for. S1 Philly Bass says, speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. Those are the 3 for directions. Yeah, they're lurking. But see, they know we're going to put them on blast. You know, they don't want to become the honorary captain of the dick police today. I see what they doing. But Americans, we the #1 dick watchers, and black men especially. They giving Shannon Sharp, and I'm gonna tell you, months ago, I almost got in that line and started talking about Shannon Sharp being this and that, and I was like, I don't really care. But now they own Shannon Sharp. You know, it's like, oh, who cares, man? Who he's screwing? Where he's putting his dick, man? Y'all dick watching over there. I mean, every single now it's okay. Remember the Boys in the Hood? Remember, the Boys in the Hood. The little guy, Ice Cube's buddy, and him and Jamie Foxx, they saying that they screwing, you know, and then they saying that, you know, Diddy's just screwing everybody. And I'm like, boy, y'all some dick watchers over in America, man. Y'all got anything else to do besides watch where somebody's putting their dick, man? Y'all tripping over there. And it's everybody's got a beef now. If you go on YouTube, if you believe YouTube, of course it's for views and clicks, but every damn body's got a beef. Such and such said such and such about this. Now, Kevin Garnett saying that they're making a big deal out of it. He just said it nonchalantly that Brian could play 5 more years because he's on that Balco, that new juice, right? And all they made a big deal out of it. Robert Dane says, put it on the exit clearance form. Couldn't handle the dry fish smell. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man, that these guys, it's a lot of surprises for you over here. There's Jack. Him and his wife, Jai, they took us around. Y'all got a nice house, by the way. It's just them two. And, of course, they got a maid. But they got a beautiful house, man. And that car you got, I got to put you in my Hall of Fame just for the car. Guys, he bought a nice car. I think it was like a 2009 Kia. This thing is clean. It runs good for 170,000 pesos, right? Which would be, that's about $3,000, man. Okay, I'm going to give you, a comparison. The new N-Max that we bought from Maryland is 150,000. He got a car with good aircon and everything. Yeah, he said, yeah, that's the power of YouTube and TikTok, brother. Yeah, it is. Because it's a beef on every channel. So they're talking about some type of beef. And then, the dick police is everywhere. Diddy's fucking everybody. Let them tell it. He busted up. They said he busted Usher up and sent him to the hospital, made him bleed. This is stuff that they putting out there on the internet, man. I'm like, is this stuff even true? He said, LOL, I'm sure there are a lot of more in this. What's he saying? Wait. Chat is in your Hall of Fame as well. Yeah. There's plenty more, but he's really got a nice car, man. I mean, I was really shocked when he said, yeah. I only paid 170 for it. I was like, wow. He said, dried fish. Yeah, it's just like they salted and, to make it last longer. They put it out there in the sun. They do it in a certain same type of process as country ham, if any of y'all know what country ham is. Okay, Mike. Yeah, he said, I guess they want the life to be like the WWE. But yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up. Like and subscribe, man. So, that helps my channel. More people can see it. He said, I'm from Vegas. Oh, my God. Thanks. He said, and that's why I want out of Vegas. He said, too much Twilight Zone mess here. It's way too much stuff going on here. Yeah. Filipinos, they're going to eat their dried fish. The traffic. I got that on here. We can't deal with it. We can't deal with the long line. It's slow over here and methodical. People can't handle it. We lose our minds. About 5 or 6 years ago, no, there's longer than that, because I hadn't made the move completely here. I'm going to say 2017, 16 or 17. We just landed in Manila and we're waiting for a taxi. I mean, it's the longest line you ever saw. I see this black man walking up and down. He's going like this, and and his girlfriend is behind us. And I said, this is his first time in the Philippines? She said, yeah. I said, I can tell. You can tell the new guys from the bad guys. He said, yeah, Tim West said, let's go to the beach, and they show up with their whole family. Yeah, that's hilarious. That would probably shock the hell out of me, to be honest. Well, that's what's going to happen. That's just some of the games they play. And you say, yeah, meet me at the airport, and, I got all these extravagant plans. Then she says, then she hits you with that, I'm on my period. Well, you should have said that before. You had me doing all of this. Hey, I need travel. He says, do wives have traditional gender roles then? Well, they do. They absolutely do. You're going to get that, but you're going to get a whole lot of other stuff that goes along with it. Thank you for that super chat. Hey, Jacob Tyne said, can you put my email on here for him? He asked for it last time. But you're going to get a whole lot more with that. You're going to get tempo with that. You got to be Mr. Perfect over here, man. Y'all think I'm playing. You're going to see it. You can't have any problems. You can't get angry. You can't get frustrated. Don't complain. You have to be perfect. She's going to put you on a standard that even she can't even live up to. But as far as traditional roles, yeah, they're going to cook, clean, wash the clothes, and suck your dick, basically. Okay, but you're going to do everything else. You better bring in the bacon. He said, dry fish doesn't taste bad if you can get past the smell. Okay, if they cook it and I sit down at the table, I can't smell it while I'm eating it. You can only smell it really while they're cooking it, and then the aroma's in the air after it's over with. But like I said, it makes chitlin juice smell like a breath of fresh air. Okay? That's what dried fish smells like. I mean, it smells really bad when they're cooking it, especially when you smell it for the first time. Like I said, it's like just putting your nose in some homeless person's butt. That's what it smells like, who hasn't washed their ass in 3 weeks. World Traveler says, how about getting a woman from a middle-class family who has a bit of exposure, like a nurse from Makati or an attorney? Okay, but why would I do that? Why would I want to do that when those aren't the women you're going to meet? They're not on the dating sites. Okay? It's not, you're not meeting those people. See, I got a real life channel. I'm not trying to transmit something that I haven't got. I'm not trying to put something out there that I'm not familiar with. I'm telling you that it doesn't matter over here, though. Okay, one thing I like about now as far as the 1% and the 1% of the 1%, okay, could be something different, but Filipinos are monolithic, so it doesn't matter if you got an attorney. She's gonna eat rice with her hands. Okay, they're gonna do the same things that somebody from the province or somebody from the squatters area. It's a thick culture over here. She's just going to be earning a little bit more money, but she's going to do the same stuff. She's going to look at her phone half the time y'all together. This is what I'm trying to get over to you guys as far as it is different over here. All that titles, they don't put too much in the titles. They do. It is like a class thing going on over here. Because when we was getting the house built, Merlin was afraid to talk to the damn engineer because he's an engineer. I was like, I'll be damned, he's working for me. And me and Arthur, we become the best of friends, man. He's a good friend of mine now. I mean, she's scared to death of him. I wasn't. He said they think all foreigners have a huge pension. Well, it is, relevant to what they're earning. It is. Okay, even if you got 1,200 that vaunted 1,000 that everybody talks about, you're looking at with 5581. You're looking at 55,810 pesos. Okay, Mitch. And I'm talking about the women we dealing with on those dating sites. You're talking about from 0 to about 10,000 pesos a month. So yeah, that's way up there. That's money they can't wrap their mind around. It's like you're good. You got a good salary. Good salary as an insurance agent, but you can't wrap your mind around those FMOs that are earning millions every year. It's the same. You put 55,000 pesos in a Filipino's hands. She's gonna go crazy. She probably spent it all up in one day. I remember I gave a woman 2,000. It was gone. I said, look, manage. I'm gonna see how you can manage this 2,000. You remember, I gave it to her in one day. She spent it in one day. And you talking about at that time her salary may have been double that for the whole month. She took that 2,000. It was gone. I love the child. Said I've never gone to the beach in the Philippines with my wife and with just my wife in tow. Yep, siblings, cousins, niece, and nephews are coming too. Yeah, it's coming. They're coming, especially if you're paying for it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. You know, those are the traditional roles, especially with a foreigner. But I think the men over here are getting a little hipper now. They see that they're, they want a little bit of that head too now. They see that they're giving it up. They want that too. Hey, John, but that's what happens. Y'all think I'm playing? Yeah, I like dried fish too, honestly. But I like the kind that they get in Zamboanga. They got them big fish, and you get big chunks of dried fish off of it. Just like eating uh, country ham to me. I mean, it's good. Some of this stuff sounds crazy until you eat it. Now, I haven't tried um, durian. I can't get past the smell. I mean, the very first trip I came here, the woman went out and bought some durian. She said, "Yeah, try it." I mean, it lit up the whole hotel room. I mean, I was at the Crown Regency, a nice place, because I went through a travel agency, and he split my head. Imagine for 1 week in the Philippines in 2009, just 1 week. I had to extend a week. It was 2,500 for the airfare and the hotel. He put me in the damn Crown Regency. But anyway, she brings in just half of one cut off, because she wanted me to take. I couldn't do it, man. What's up, Hollywood baby? Said Cal don't think it's too wise to let your woman know how much money you really are bringing in. Absolutely. Some things are best to keep to yourself. Yeah, you're exactly right. But he's saying they think that we have big pensions. We do, in comparison to what they have. We absolutely do. But yeah, you're right, especially because now they're going to start spending your money for you. Believe it or not, they are. Yeah, that durian, man. I tell you, I can't get past that one. Now, shrimp paste, you're talking about something that's delicious. I mean, it's really delicious. You can put that shrimp paste on anything. We would put it on green beans. We would put it on scrambled eggs. I love the chance. There's so many people going with us. The maid might be in the crowd. Yeah, he said, what does durian smell like? It smells like vomit that's been just simmering for 3 days in the hot sun. It's terrible. You can't. I'd rather smell dried fish all day than durian, but they say it's so delicious. Yeah, yeah, it's bad, man. It's really bad. He said, bring back a bag of dried fish, just a small piece rolled up in a gym sack, then go where the Filipinos hang out, next pack Cologne. But they sell dried fish now in Kroger. It's not, it's dried fish, but it's not the homemade dried fish like over here. It's the process. But they got it, Robert, probably in Publix. Yeah, he said you pronounce durian like he's a top 10 NFL draft pick coming off SEC Player of the Year. Yeah, man, he it's bad. Yeah, he's bad. He said it smelled okay to him, not me. Denaguan, now I eat that, but it depends on who makes it. It sounds crazy, but yeah, it's delicious. This is perfect. Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up because in Siquijor Island, the best I've ever tasted. And I wouldn't want anybody to tell. I'd be like, here, try this, because if you tell them, man, it's pig's blood, they're not gonna eat it. You gotta let them eat that um, without telling them what it is. Because for the longest, I wouldn't even try it. Every woman I've been around has always had it. But Marilyn said, here, try it. Ronan, trainee, said, so you can enjoy your money without creating problems. Yeah, absolutely. You know, the thing is, the woman that you're going to be with, she's never going to ask you for anything, but she expects you to spend it. You're going to have to spend it. She don't have anything, but they're never going to ask you. I mean, just live the life you want to live and bring her along with you. That's the best way to do it. When you start setting them up, you know, because I tried businesses, man. With every woman I've ever been with over here, they just don't have that type of business man, or it was the wrong type of business. But when you just start giving them money and stuff like that, you ruin them. You can ruin a woman without taking her to your country. We westernize them the minute they start dealing with us. It's true. You don't have to take over that. She'll never be the same after dealing with you. So she's going to go to the next foreigner after that. Some of them go back to the Filipino lifestyle, but that's the exception. Most of them keep it moving. Yeah, they won't allow durian. He's right. David said, yeah, Cal, a lot of hotels don't allow durian, dried fish, any of that stuff. I mean, it lit up the whole room, man. He said it's really good. A lot of people say it's really good. I couldn't get past the taste. What goat I have? Because they make something called, they'll make it with beef too, but they make the goat, you know, it's got like tomato paste, tomato sauce, potatoes, onions, catarata. Is that, am I pronouncing that right? He said, Cal, I haven't tried balut yet. I remember John, tell how crazy John was. He wanted us to try it on the show, but he buys it the night before. You can't do that, guys. Don't do that. Balut is sold at night. You're supposed to eat it right then and there. So when I tasted the juice, it was terrible. I couldn't even take a drop. Dinner wine. I've only had that, tried to suck the juice, but Johnny Body was cold. It was terrible. Alvin, you've got to try that at night. There's a reason why they sell it at night too. From what Marilyn told me, she said it means because you're not supposed to see it. You're supposed to be eating it while you're drinking, you know. It's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. I got to take their word for it. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Timothy Bright said, Calvin, I'm curious, what's the best response of a woman there who asks how much money you make? My response would catch them or her off guard. Well, they're not going to ask you that, believe it or not. That's a red flag. That's a warning sign right there. It's like, Will Roger, warning, warning. Remember the robot? They're never going to ask you that. I promise you. Okay, but here's the thing, Tim. They don't have to ask us. We're always bragging about ourselves to these women over here, selling ourselves on them. Man, let me tell you something. When you see some of these guys over here and the dimes they've got, I told Merlin, we were sitting out in Penglao Bahal drinking coffee and stuff, and we looked over, and this dude, man, he looked like my grandfather. He had a dime piece. And I asked her, I said, well, how would you think this woman is? I said about 22 or 23. She said, maybe 26. She said, but you really can't tell from 20 to 26. And I was right. And I said, I guarantee you, he lived with his wallet. Because there's no way this young, beautiful woman's just going to be with him on the strength like that, guys. I'm telling y'all now, it's not happening like that. It's not going to, they're not with us on the strength. This guy looked like my grandfather, man, but he had a damn piece with him. So I know he probably told her, look, this is how much I got. Half of it's yours. You know, he said it was a comical video. You and John trying to eat Baloo. Yeah, because he messed it up. You're supposed to buy it at night and eat it at night. It's warm when they sell it to you. And you're supposed to be drunk. See, I don't drink. That's why I couldn't do it. And then so I've got a short on my channel. Go look at it. I told Marilyn, I want to see what it looks like, because some of them are worse than others. Depends on how old they are. This damn bird, it was a baby duck in the damn thing. I mean, with the head, the beak, and all. It looked, I'm like, wow. He said, well, hopefully we're holding the name of the food won't backfire on religious grounds. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. But, most people would tell you up front, Kamal, if they don't eat pork or not. Because when you go down in Mindanao, the restaurants, they'll have two menus, one with pork and one without. Even the fast food restaurants, they'll have, that's just because, it's where most of the Muslims are in the Philippines and in Mindanao. A couple of years convinced me to try it. Yeah, I'm sure they've done it in front of you, but yeah, they can't stop nervously laughing. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that. I mean, this damn thing was this long. Go on my channel and watch it. I said, let me see what it looks like, Marilyn. And she opened the damn thing up. I was like, oh my God. I would not. You couldn't pay me to do that. But see, this is why when people talk about all the food is bad in the Philippines, it's really not. Those are cultural foods, traditional foods. If you go, okay, we were in Panglao, Bahal. If you go to any tourist place, we ate some great, I'm talking about really authentic Indian food in Panglao, Bahal. The owners were Indian. And then right next to it, we were going to an Italian place, but it was just too crowded. Okay, you can eat those places, but if you go to the malls and all that, then that's what you're going to get. So you're going to come out of it thinking, oh man, there's no good food in the Philippines. That's not true, man. Go to Lapu-Lapu, any tourist place. Try that Morning Glory Grill. That's some good food, man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm talking about it's on the line with anything I was eating in Thailand, because most of the stuff, the real stuff that I really liked in Thailand was their traditional foods. Thailand just has more food choices. But good food is good food. It depends on who's cooking it. Now, her mother's cooking adobo, and anybody that comes to see me, usually I'll have her make it. And you'll be biting your damn lips and your fingers. It's so good. So it just depends, man. But to say that the Philippines doesn't have good food, that's because y'all talking about them street foods and stuff. Yeah, well, that's what they call it, the durian capital in Davao. He says it's everywhere in Davao. They make durian coffee. Now, see, over here, one thing you're going to be able to get over here that you can't get in the West, you're going to be able to get some crazy supplements, man. Like the Tonkat Ali. That stuff really works. It's like, something to get you hard. But it works. And a lot of the little tricycle drivers and pedicab drivers, they'll go to pharmacy and they won't say it. They'll give the lady, they're too embarrassed. They'll give a lady a note with it on there. But they got all kind of stuff like that. 10, ingredients in the coffee. What they call that? 3-in-1, they have like a 10-in-1, 7-in-1. They got all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, David, he had a damn piece. And she was young. I mean, she was beautiful. But this guy was old. I mean, really old. He was in his 60s, late 60s probably. Now remember, I'm not dick watching because I don't care. I'm happy for him. I'm just saying, I'm not. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I think because there's a lot of people using gadgets here. Yeah, he had a damn piece. It's a lot of damn pieces over here, especially young women. I'm gonna do a video, and it's true too. I'm gonna talk about why your first experience with a woman in the Philippines should be with a young woman in her 20s. And it's not one of those all the advantages of no. I'm telling you why, because when you deal with older women over here, man, they've got a plan already. When I'm talking about old, I'm talking about in their 30s on up. See, they're impatient. They know their time's running out. So they're gonna start talking marriage, they're gonna start talking house and lot. I'm talking about damn near the minute you get off the damn plane. They're in a hurry. But with younger women, they're not, man. They're a lot more patient. And you can mold them, man, and they're more likely they're gonna follow your lead more because I'm gonna tell you the older women, they've got a plan, guys, already for you. Okay, I don't care if you're 80 years old and it's a woman 25 is interested in you and it's your first time dealing with a Filipino woman, deal with that 25-year-old first, okay? Because she's gonna give you time, to take a deep breath, man, and breathe it all in. I'm giving y'all the video, but I'm gonna do it anyway, man. It's true. And then she's gonna show you what it's like to deal with a woman over here, and then you're gonna have a better view of what it's like dealing with Philippines because the first one's not gonna work anyway. Why not piss it away on a beautiful 22, 23-year-old? Okay. Hey, Oliver Freeman. Hey, Cal. I want to thank you, my friend, for all you share, my brother. If the listeners will listen and follow your advice, it will save me and them a headache. Be yourself and pay attention. But thank you. But, it's all entertainment, really, from this point because guys won't listen, man. And I don't blame them. They say, hey, this is my vacation. I'm going to create my own memories, because I don't want to get the blame either, Oliver, when their story doesn't live up to my story. Because they're quick to blame the bloggers. Oh, we overhyped the Philippines, they say. No, you underperformed over here. But little things like this, because I'm going to tell you, the first woman I met over here was like 41. And you know what we were talking about the very first night? Was her getting a damn annulment. Come on, man. You don't want that. Okay, the next three women I dealt with she said she was 22, but really in real life she was 18, 24, and 25. I know what I'm talking about. It was so much a different experience. Yeah, you're gonna get that. What's your plans for me every now and then? But once you give her a good answer, you're not gonna hear that anymore. But when you date an older woman, you get over her, man, you gotta hit the ground running. And you like, man, let me enjoy the damn place. I want to hear about your, annulment and your divorce and your kids' daddy and all that, and just all the baggage they bring along with them. You're not going to you don't want to deal with that immediately when you get off the plane. I've been over here for all those years. I could handle it. But you don't want that right off the plane, guys. Okay? And remember, just like you are, what do they want to call it? A spectacle to them, you want a spectacle too. That's what you want. You want to get off the plane and there's this beautiful young 22, 23-year-old woman waiting for you in all her glory, man. Those are memories. And even if it don't work out, so what? Look at the time you're going to have. You don't want to get out when you got this 35, 40-year-old woman waiting for you who's already got plans already for you. You just don't know it. Okay? The kids they're getting out of the public schools. They're going to private schools on your dime. Okay? All of that's already planned because she's running out of time and she knows it. But I'm going to do a good video, man. But yeah, guys ain't going to listen. They're not going to listen. They come over here and they hide. The only time you see them is if something blows up on them. But they come over and hide because, a lot of guys are doing some shady stuff over here. I'm kind of glad they don't come around me. But most guys who come over here, they disappear. You don't see them. They'll say, I can handle this over here. Okay. You can do anything for 2 weeks. 53 Shades Darker said they believe that balut makes you a beast in the bed. I didn't feel nothing but an upset stomach from eating a baby duck. Yeah, that was fully developed. Yeah, and then you got to pray to Jesus and ask for forgiveness for eating the damn duck over here. Yeah, caldereta. I'm sorry, yeah. But that's what they make goat. And you get a lot of that. You won't goat in the Philippines. You go down Mindanao, specifically Zamboanga. And the goat is so tender. And it's cooked right. Yeah, a lot of it is, the health. It depends on what religion you with. The Hindus think that beef is holy food. That's why they don't eat it. Yeah, if you're not going to be you, then who you going to be? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry, Payday One, but that's what we do. We transform. We're good enough, guys, when we get over here. We're good enough. Excuse me. You're already going to be a spectacle. You're already going to be a spectacle already. There's nothing you need to do, but we overdo it. So they'll, dye their hair, and you look ridiculous, by the way, with that brown, you got black hair at the top, then brown hair, then gray hair, same as when you do your beard. You can see where you're dyeing it, guys. You don't have to do that. I can't tell you, but you look ridiculous. Is what you look like. But, whatever you want to do, but that's what we try to look younger, but you don't look any younger. It makes you look older. And they don't care anyway. They don't care, man. Do you got a pension? Okay. Well, get rid of all that Grecian formula 14 if you got 1,400 every month. You don't need that Grecian formula. What was it? 16 or 14? Whatever it was. You don't need all that. Jack says, find your lifestyle first, then find a woman near you who fits into your lifestyle. No better words could be spoken, but Jack, we're not going to do it. You're the exception. But I know you said you dealt with one or two before. But most of the time, yeah, that's what I tell guys, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Okay? They're going to get the woman and build the life around her and whatever she wants to do. Okay? Especially when you get a young one, See, you got a young one, Jack, but you did the right thing. If I'm going to mess up over here, I want my first experience to be a young woman. Simple as that. And there's some reasons behind that. It's not because she's young, but she doesn't have a lot of experience. Because she's gonna have a lot more energy. She's gonna want to, take you around to different places. Okay, because these older women, man, they old, man. When you get 35, 40 over here, you're old. Unless you're working out real good, but you're old. He said, I've been to your house 3 times. I ain't been offered a damn pack of cow cheese. Cow cheese? He said, what foods you eat? Mostly American or Filipino? Well, I eat mostly, you got what? Beef, chicken, fish, and pork. and you throw some seafood in there every now and then. You can only cook that a certain kind of way. Most of the time, it's a mix, really. Like I'll cook, okay, like the adobo. That's considered a Filipino dish, so I'll eat that. But if we buy chicken wings and she'll boil them first and then put them in the air fryer, then it would be considered American. Durian ice cream. Yeah, I can cook. I was 31 when my first daughter was born. I was a bachelor for a long time. I had no children when my mother died. I was 30 years old when my mother died. Um, she never seen my children. He said, "Do they have an in and out?" Yeah, me going in and out for some woman. There ain't no in and outs here. But they got a good burger. They got a good burger at Roadster 95. They got a good burger when they have it at Mahawani, and they've got a real good burger at Mr. C. I have to say, Mr. C has the best burger in San Carlos City. It just tastes like a regular homemade burger. Of course, Jollibee and McDonald's, but no, this got them beat. Yeah, Jollibee has good ice cream. I love soft serve ice cream. That would be a good business to have here, by the way. You wouldn't have to do a whole lot. You could just post up in a park somewhere with a generator and you do that soft serve ice cream because, yeah, it's popular here. He says, I dated a Filipino from a middle class family. Her father was heavily invested in Robinson's Mall, and her mother was a manager at the call center. She acted with class and didn't display. Okay, so what do you want me to do? See, we don't care though about that. I don't understand. So what happened? It still didn't work, evidently. Tell us why it didn't work. She didn't display those traits you talk about. Okay, well, why didn't it work? Why aren't y'all still together? Since she was so perfect. This is all what I'm saying. Yeah, they're there. There's women here, but most of the guys who come here, we're already established. We're not looking for that stuff like that. They're problems, too. They're trouble. They're a whole lot more trouble than just a regular woman over here. Okay, all these high class women you're talking about. I can get that at home. I don't want that. That's why I don't understand. He said, what happened to your theme song? Well, see, I can only play the theme song because it's in my phone. So when I'm using my computer, which I don't use anymore, I play it and send it through my speaker. I'm going to try to send it from my phone to my computer. A quality woman. Here we go with this quality woman stuff, man. They are quality women. You don't think Maryland got a college degree? Okay. I don't understand, guys, what you're talking about. We don't want that kind of stuff. You don't want that, man. It doesn't. What does that do? What does that do? What, did he got a different pussy there or something? What? Tell me what it is. Do they got a different type of blowjob or something that they giving or what, man? Y'all tripping with that. See, that's that Western style thinking. Look at my woman, she's better than yours. She's more refined than yours and all that. Man, we don't care about all that. Not on my channel, man. We don't care about all that. We just want a good woman, somebody we can trust. When we lay down, we can go to sleep. We don't have to have one eye open, one eye closed, one on our wallet and one on a damn pistol or something. We ain't caring about all that, man. Good quality woman. Well, let's see what you got. You had a good quality woman. What happened? Did you marry her? He used to date. See, that's what I'm saying. You know what? It's easy for you guys to talk that stuff behind the camera. We want to see some real results. We don't want that stuff, man. Yeah, S&R. Frank Tate said, pick the right Filipino and you would not have to have how much money you make. I gave my wife $5,500 to shop. She bought 3 dresses and 5 blouses, gave me $2,000 back. Yeah, pick well. We get unlucky over here, Frank, and I say it all the time. Most of the women that you're going to meet on those dating sites, believe it or not, if you know what you're doing, they're going to be good women, okay? But you still deal with the same stuff, though. I don't care how good she is. You're still going to do the tempo. You're still going to do all that stuff that you have to deal with. There is no perfect person, okay? She still holds you to a higher standard than she did her ex-Filipino guy, okay? The whole 9 yards, guys. I promise you they do. And sometimes it's going to drive you crazy. It's like, I'm just a man. I'm just a human being like everybody else. Let me be just a regular human being. Don't put me way, way up there because I'm going to disappoint you. But they're going to do it. They're going to do it every time. Out of ordinary says the ladies with kids too, they got a whole game plan. Well, they all got a game plan. But I'm just saying, the older women are they're running out of time in their head. They're in much more of a hurry for you to get things done than a young woman. It's just a matter of mathematics. They don't have a lot of time to be fooling around. You come over here and you start dating a 45-year-old woman, what you expect? But that's what's going to happen. She's already going to be talking about, hey, can you help me with my annulment? You know, I say in a house and a lot a night. You know, you're going to start talking. Trust me, guys. If you don't believe me, if you think I'm just making this stuff up, your conversations are going to be like that. Oh, how it's better to get a house and a lot than a condo. Well, how do you know? Where's your house and lot, ma'am? I don't see it. But you're going to have those type of conversations, okay, with older ladies. Okay, they already got a strategy. They come with a strategy, man. Okay, it's best to meet them young because that first one's not going to work out anyway. Frank Tate's got a good woman, but Ashton was that the first woman he dealt with. You got to know what a good woman is. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you my boots on the ground experience. I'm saying, okay, get a young one because the first one's not going to work out anyway. It's best that you get the young one, learn the ropes. Okay, look at the spectacle, man. You're never going to see it again. Okay, you might as well do that. Take ample advantage of it because they're willing. They don't have a problem with the age gap. You do. Okay, we do. We'll watch our own damn dick. You know, it's just too young. You your own damn dick watcher. You might as well put a damn chain around your dick if you're going to act like that. JJ said, Cal, if you visited many islands, can you do a video best places to find a damn piece in the fields? You're probably going to say they're everywhere. Well, they are. You got to realize every island is really a country of its own. I'm talking about you're on a whole other island with their traditions, customs, religions, food, languages, and everything. And they are everywhere. There is no one Philippines. And most of us don't even scratch the surface. There's 2,000 islands people live on. What do we do? If you, TJ, and you know how much he travels, you know, and he's got, you know, more money than I've got, he couldn't reach 10. He got to 8 and was like, I'm at 8. You can't get to 10 over here. If you do, you're a bad man. Okay? But they are everywhere. But I'm going to say, if you really want to push me to it, I'm going to say Manila and Cebu because that's where they are. They're congested there. So you go to the Mall of Asia, you're going to see some damn pieces, man. If you go to Ayala Mall, you're going to see damn pieces because just the sheer numbers. But I'm telling you, they're everywhere. We were in Panglao, Bahia, that little bitty Panglao Island. Damn pieces everywhere. Working in the places, in the establishment, walking around with their boyfriends, okay? Walking around selling tours. Hey, thanks, Mitch, for that super chase. I've never seen a woman and said, wow, I bet she has a PhD. Right. I don't know why these guys get on here and want to do that, man. It makes no difference to us. You know. Hey, Jay Shabazz, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me why we do that. I guess that's the competitive nature that you bring over from America. Oh, look at my woman, she's better than yours. Well, if I got a good woman, I don't care what your woman looks like. Okay? It's the same thing, what they say. What you eat don't make me shit. It's the same thing. I don't care what your woman looks like. She's not going to bed with me at night. It's just, I'm just saying. A Coconut Dream, she said, just like Darwin and difference between birds that started off the same but flew off to different islands, maintained some similarities but evolved differences too. Not hard to understand why. Yeah. But remember, the Philippines came up under that one Filipino flag, to fight against the Spanish. It wasn't like that before. Okay, now that the Spanish left and the Americans left, these people are saying, okay, especially down in Mindanao where they had kingdoms, they said we want our kingdoms back. That's history. If you don't think it matters, it does. That's why all that fighting is down there. It's like we had this land for hundreds of years. Now all of a sudden the Spanish come over here and cut it up, and divided it up and all of that. Now, since they're no longer in power, we want it back, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, Thomas. He said, "Everywhere you go, don't worry." I mean, people have a taste. I've been over here long enough. I don't have yellow fever. I just like beautiful women. I can go to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and be attracted to women at home, wherever it is like that. But they have beautiful women here. And the most beautiful ones to me are the younger ones from 20 to say 26 or something like that. So if I'm a guy coming over for the first time, I don't care how old you are because they're willing. I've got to try it out. I got to, what they call it. I'll let her break me in. I'm going to cut my teeth on that because you're going to learn a whole lot more dealing with this younger woman than you ever will with the older, because the older woman is going to shelter you, man. She's going to be a whole lot more insecure, so she's going to shelter. She's only going to take you certain places. She's going to try to keep you locked in all the damn time, man. She's not going to be open to trying new things, man. These young women I'm telling you about, man, these are the ones when I tell you, they never say no and all that, This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the younger women. I'm talking about these older women who are set in their ways. Oh, I don't do that kind of stuff. Don't ask me to do that again, and all that stuff. It's the young ones that do that. Kyle says, I'm in the Landers here in Arca South, and they're filming a commercial. Dams everywhere. Yeah, I mean, you go up there in that Manila, okay, or Cebu, in those urban cities, and there's literally millions of them. But it's you're the ones got to get out of your own way. A lot of guys, they're really afraid anyway. But this is the place, if you want a trophy wife, the Philippines is the place to get it. That's why they do it, and they take their women back home. They want that trophy wife. A lot of guys come over here, man. They're on that midlife crisis, man. I don't care what you say. I was. And they want their young wife, and they bring them back, and they're the talk of the town till she runs out. But, okay, I'm telling you something. My son's mother, my first son's mother, she ended up marrying a guy. He married 6 women. He gave away the visa 6 times. Farblazer said, yeah, Cal, when we go there, we would test drive the young Ferrari first before settling for a Honda. Yeah, our Volkswagen, because, but I'm just telling you, it's more than just because she's a spectacle, but that's the number one thing. But it's more than that. You're going to have a better experience. You're going to get to see what a real Filipino woman is like. Not somebody that's already past her prime, that's already so many things are off the table. They're off the board. She's not even going to consider them. No, man, you don't want that. And then when this first one with the young girl don't work out, now you got something to weigh it up against. You want to go up. You don't want to go down. Ride for life, fit for life. So what's up, bro? Your homeboy from Mindanao and Southern Cal still working until I can retire with my trophy wife. Yeah, man, this place ain't going anywhere. Yeah, you'd have to run from them. They're everywhere. Yeah, they're on borrowed time. Because they hit the wall hard over here. I don't care what anybody said. They hit the wall hard over here, man. Somewhere around 45, they hit that wall. And then, because, Jack was saying, hell, we were talking about, having a younger woman, by the time she hits menopause, hell, you're dead. But you start dealing with them older women, you're going to, I dealt with a woman, the very first woman I came up, I mean, she was a fox, man, I promise you. She was 41, though. She was a fox. She had on a black polka dot bikini. It shut Tamboli Beach Resort down, okay? But I saw her 2 years later in Ayala Mall. She was plump like a damn Armour hot dog. And I said, what happened to you? Because she was vain too. Look in the mirror every 5 minutes, and everything like that, and how the pants is fitting. And she was a knockout, right? But she was in menopause. She said, yeah, I'm going through menopause. I mean, I couldn't believe it. She was chunky, man. And that's what you're dealing with. He said, you don't have to look at other women. Must be some effing dogs around your way. Yeah. Because I tell you what, you're right. That's why I tell you to bring the dark sunglasses. They're going to be everywhere. Yeah, 6 times, Mitch. It's a true story. God told Noah, you get too many rabbits. Remember, only two. Believe it or not, I was talking about this with Jack the other day. And I was like, that story is really not a true story. We take it literally. But you know good and well that the microorganisms didn't wiggle their way on the damn ark. There was no 2 of everything on that damn ark. I think that was like more like a fable or something. California World Traveler 2 says, I didn't understand why so many men go to the Philippines until I went there. It's a spectacle, really. Hey, but wait. Hey. Go back in there with him. Play with him. It really is a spectacle. Honestly. And you have to see it for yourself. Because I mean, you just see them in droves. It's like millions of them. And we're not trying to objectify women or anything. You're just a man. You're going to look. Cisco says, I think Elijah Muhammad has the right idea He says a woman should be half the man's age plus 7. That's a perfect fit. It may be for some people, but that would mean 37 for me. It's too old. What happened? Booby sleeping? Yeah. Is the food ready in there? Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off her anyway. Yeah, warm it up for me. You know, that's just his formula. He had a lot of formulas. Yeah, but the women he was dealing with, they wasn't half his age plus 7. They were a whole lot younger than that. See, that's the thing about that. You know, he's like my father, do as I say, not as I do, I guess. Okay, I'm going to get off here. Hey, guys, I got to get off here. Booby's getting ready to take her nap. I want to thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support, all your memberships, everything, man. I never take that for granted. Look for that video. Your first experience with a woman in the Philippines, she should be a young woman. I'm going to do that and upload it in the morning. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. And don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid.